As part of our Face Relating to Racism, we interviewed two mentors, Fergal from Northern Ireland and Miha from Slovenia. We also will include two scenes which will show examples of racism.
Racism is not just about color. It discriminates people in different ways such as language, culture and nationality. Yeah?
Hello, I am from Northern Ireland. I'm going to be your roommate.
Не си да не говори английски. Къде не може дори да науча да ги научи това гей.
Where's your dad?
I'm way to my bedroom. See you later.
Well, racism is basically the discrimination of one person or one group of people against another because of their nationality or because of the colour of their skin or because they're different from them. And what it means to me, I just think it's a terrible scourge on society because to discriminate against anyone because they're a different colour of skin or they come from a different country or they're a different nationality, it's just wrong. There's no rationale, there's no logic to it, and for me it's just unfortunate that some people don't take the opportunity to find out about other people from different countries. They don't make the opportunity to find out what their country, what their nationality, what their identity represents. And it's very important that we take the opportunity because the world is a much better place for having diversity. And when you have a world made up of people from different backgrounds, different traditions, nationalities, language, customs, ethnicities, then that makes for a much nicer and much more interesting, dynamic and unique world.
Kind of a very unnecessary attitude towards a group of people that some consider as kind of different, and they look at them like they would be some enemies, and it really creates conflicts. It doesn't really solve anything. But it's also an expression of people who don't have power maybe to do something about themselves, their country, and then they look for some foreign elements that are threatening them and so on. What does it mean to me? As I said, I think it's a very unnecessary attitude, and it's kind of pointless, really.
Hi, go ahead.
You take stickers?
Please.
You stickers?
No, go ahead.
Where are you from? Slovenia. Anyway.
Most Slovenians don't really think about racism as being present in Slovenia, but I think that there are some traces, at least, of racism. Because when we are talking about racism, we are commonly thinking about, let's say, relationships between white and colored people, or maybe if we go a little back into history, relationship towards Jews and something. And really in Slovenia there are not many colored people nor Jews.
Well, I live in Northern Ireland, and there's racism within Northern Ireland and also within the island of Ireland. In fact, it's actually, if you scratch the surface, racism is very apparent. It's quite prominent, and whilst the Irish nation, the people who live on the island of Ireland, like to think of themselves as people who are quite welcoming and generally speaking are, often racism is just under the surface. So in times of difficulty, in times of, say, economic challenge, when jobs are scarce, when we don't have kind of the boom times, when people aren't having, there's not a lot of jobs, there's not a lot of money flowing about, things become tough, and what happens is people then start looking to scapegoat others. So those who have maybe come to Ireland to find work when times are good then get picked on because they're claimed to be taking our jobs and taking our benefits, etc. So in terms of racism, it's a lot of it is under the surface in Ireland, but it's also quite overt, where you'll find reports almost on a weekly basis of people being attacked because of their race, because of their ethnicity, because of their
just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is.